Wait a second. Before buying in a condo, make sure you watch this video to learn the top 5 mistakes that most buyers make when purchasing in a condo so you don't make the same mistakes. So let's get started right now. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Hans Weisfeld. I'm a real estate agent in Miami with Keller Williams. I have helped a lot of my clients purchase condos, and I always hear about the same mistake or the same complaints. Mistake number 1 that most people make when purchasing a condo is not really understanding the HOA and the maintenance fees. All about the fees. So the main mistake is not looking at fees, right? I mean, it always comes down to that number, right? For example, if you're thinking that you're gonna pay $500 HOA fee and there turns out to be other fees involved that you weren't sure about, then it might be out of your price range, it might be out of your budget, and then you can no longer afford that condo, you can no longer make that purchase. So that's gonna be a big mistake. You can lose out money, it could be a headache, so it could be a total mess. So make sure you find out exactly what the HOA fees are. Make sure you find out to see if there's any other charges on top of the HOA fees. There's many condos that have some membership fees or some other amenities and other things that they charge. So make sure the condo that you're purchasing in, you know exactly how much it's going to cost you per month, as with the maintenance fees. All right, so this is very, very important. Please double check. Even if your agent told you, repeat the same question and make sure that they go ahead and check and to see how much it's actually going to be per month and that there's going to be no extra charges. Condo mistake number 2 that I see most buyers make when purchasing a condo, and this one's a very, very important one, is not understanding the condo rules and regulations and the restrictions that the condo has. For example, if you have pets, there's a lot of condos that say they do not accept pets. Maybe you saw online and it said yes pets, but then you come out to find out later that they do not accept pets. Remember, agents are humans. Sometimes they make mistakes. Sometimes it's not them inputting the listing on the MLS. Sometimes it's an assistant. Maybe they messed up. They put yes pets. You thought it was pets, and it turns out not to be. I tell you this because it happens a lot. I see a lot. A lot of clients will send me a listing that says yes pets, but I always double check by checking other listings or by calling or just double checking, and then I come to find out that they do not accept pets. So again, make sure you see the restrictions. But the pet is only one thing. Even more important, if you're an investor or if you're looking to purchase for long-term purposes or investment purposes for the future, make sure you see what kind of restrictions they have. This is so important. I see so much people buying in a condo and then they complain that they're like, yeah, I didn't know that I can't rent, or I didn't know that I can only rent, a month out of the year, or if I can only rent it once a year. So if the tenant leaves after 6 months or something happens, you have 6 months without income, or that you had to wait 2 years or 3 years in order for you to rent the condo. So make sure you read all these rules, right? All these rules are under the rules and regulations and on the condo docs from the condo. So as soon as you go under contract or before you even go under contract, make sure you ask your agent and so that they can help you do all this research. Again, you do not want to get yourself involved in something that you do not want to be involved in. So make sure you pay attention and you see all those restrictions. The condo could be a 55 plus, or it could have other types of restrictions of no renting at all, or it could be renting but a very limited amount, only 10% amount, 20% can be rented. So if you're thinking of renting in the future and you buy there, it's going to be a pain in the butt in the future. I do not want that to happen to you. So please make sure. It's very, very important. Mistake number 3 that most buyers make when purchasing a condo is going to be, again, going back to not looking at those condo docs, but this time is going to be the financials of it, the finances, the budgeting of the condo, right? And not just the budgeting, but also the notes from the meetings from the board members. That might be a little bit confusing, but what I'm really talking about here is to make sure and see how the numbers of the finances of the property are looking like. If you do not know how to read the budget of the finances, have your agent or your attorney or someone that you know help you out and read those, right? You can read how the money is going in and out, how it's being managed. That's only one thing. Also to see if it has reserves, very important. Those condos, if it has reserves, then by all means it's very well maintained. If it doesn't have reserves, then You know, most condos actually do not have reserves. So if it doesn't have reserves, then you know it's most condos do not have reserves. But just make sure and see how the money is being ran, right? Just try to see as much as possible how that budget and financing is. That's only one thing. The other thing is looking at the notes from the board members. So you can ask for those notes. The board members, they meet once a month or every few months to talk about things that are going on in the condo, things that need to be done, right? So in those notes, you may find that they are thinking about renovating the elevators, the pool, the gym, the concrete work, or paying restoration, whatever it is. So you're talking about budget. So you might be thinking that you're gonna spend, who knows, $500 for maintenance fees, and then a special assessment comes up with an extra $200. Now you're at $700 a month, and that's over your budget. So again, you do not want to be involved in something that you don't want to be involved in, right? Mistake number 4 that most buyers make when purchasing in a condo is going to be not thinking about the resale value. Now, of course, if you really love the condo, you don't care about the resale value, you just want to live there, you don't care if the price goes up or not or whatever happens, then by all means, all good for you. Go ahead, go for it, great. But most people do not think that way. Most people think of future value, appreciation, resale value. I mean, why not, right? You're investing into something that you want to get a return out of. You're putting all your hard work into this purchase, you know, all your savings or whatever it is that you're putting into it, but I know it's cost you a hard effort to get. So you want to make sure that there's going to be a good amount of resale value, right? So it's a mistake that most people make. Why? Let's just say, for example, that you're buying a condo and next door to the left or to the right or wherever side of it, there's vacant land, right? So you may not be thinking right now, but hey, maybe in a few years from now, someone's gonna buy that, start building, construct, and what is that gonna be? Yes, in the long run, maybe that can help you out with the resale value, but during that time of construction, of all that, you know, they could be making construction, and I see a lot that when there's construction next door, owners want to get out of there. There's 2, 3, 4 years of work, of noise, of dirt, of debris going around. So I see a lot of prices dropping, either for rentals and for purchases, for sales, because of construction that's going on around the building. So keep that in mind. So if you're thinking of resale value and you know there might be construction next door, if you can wait till all that is done, then great. Also, another thing is that there's some areas that, or condos specifically, that there's not too much appreciation. So you may be buying a condo, right, for $200,000 and it passes 10 years and it's still worth $200,000. I've seen that happen a lot, believe it or not. Down here in Miami, I've seen a lot of investment properties that in 10, 15 years, they barely went up. So again, if you're thinking about resale value, you need to make sure and do a little analysis and study to see if that area, if that condo has good appreciation or not. Just keep that in mind. It could definitely be a mistake if you are looking towards the future, right? And mistake number 5, the last mistake that most buyers make when purchasing in a condo is not getting insurance. Yes, in your HOA fee and your maintenance fees, there's exterior insurance included most of the time, not always, right? But it's outside for structure, for roof sometimes, for flooding, for damages, hurricane, tornadoes, earthquakes, whatever. That's why there's insurance for the outside. But for the inside of the unit, there's usually not insurance for there. Most people do not get insurance, but there's a lot of people that do. I highly recommend it, or at least I recommend to give your insurance agent a call to get a quote, find out how much it's gonna be, right? Because why I tell you this, let's say you go on vacation or you rent it out or something happens or you're not there and plumbing breaks, it starts flooding your apartment, and then it floods the apartment underneath that, and then the one underneath that, and then 5 floors down, and you just destroyed 5 apartments. And if you have no insurance, that can cost a lot. That's painful. So again, just get a quote, at least get a quote, see how much it's gonna be. You know, I don't think it's gonna be too expensive. It's definitely gonna be worth it. So just get insurance. You know, if you can get insurance for that property, it's gonna help you just in case, right? You always wanna be secured, especially if this is such a big investment. So definitely, you know, I recommend getting insurance, especially if it's gonna be rented out, especially. Or you could have the tenants get renters insurance. That covers a lot of things too. That's gonna be up to you to look up to, but this is definitely a mistake that I see happens a lot. So make sure you do your analysis, your research. And anyway, guys, I really hope that these videos gave you value and it's made you understand a little bit more of the mistakes that most buyers make. So I really don't want you to make those mistakes. So pretty much analyze everything, ask a lot of questions, read through the paperwork, read through the condo docs, the financial, make sure there's no restrictions, make sure you know what you want for the future, and that's gonna help you determine what kind of condo you should be purchasing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please consider subscribing. I come out with really cool videos about Miami and about real estate, and I don't want you to miss any of them. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Until next time.